As you've heard about all day, the stroke of a pen has now seen the $5 note change. But remember when all of this was first being discussed? It was literally within days of the Queen dying. I remember we were in London at the time. The Prime Minister, of course, went to the funeral at the time. The Prime Minister, when asked about whether there were any plans to change, well, this is what he said while he was on his way to and from the funeral.
I have not turned my attention towards that matter.
In fact, he even said this.
I'm being asked a question about her replacement on the $5 note. I think this is a time where a bit of respect is required.
But guess what? That's exactly what's going to happen, because that's the moment that they saw the chance to happen. Now, again, are any of us going to go to the wall over whom is on our $5 note? No. But the reason that the sovereign is on the $5 note is because it is the lowest denomination of banknotes. When we had $1 notes, $2 notes, this is where things were. Now, of course, those things are coins. And yes, it'll, of course, be an Indigenous person that's going to be placed onto the notes. Again, fine. But it's the stroke of the pen reminder of why elections have consequences. Why everyone pointed and laughed at us about Albo being the front for the mad left. Now, again, none of us woke up this morning pretending that who is on the $5 note is the reason to storm the barricades. But we all have an assumption in this country that the symbols of this country are to be decided by the people. Should there be a plebiscite about the $5 note? No. But the Labor Party's made it very clear that they want a republic. They've got a minister whose job allegedly, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, is to push forward the republic issue. Now, I'll get in trouble for saying this, but you want to know the real game about why the Voice goes first? It's because it's a test case for how they're going to run the republic issue. Because they know, make it simple, make it the vibe, make it yes, no, and then we'll get to the details after it, because it's the details that once people start to get a whiff of, that means they start to go from vibey yes to fact-based no. And they've said that in the second term of this government, the second year of the second term of this government, which looks likely off all opinion polls and the way that generally Australian political history works, we don't turf governments after just one term, no matter how bad they are, that we'll end up with a republic. So yes, we will end up having a vote, and then that would be the time in which we're going to redesign all of it. We redesign everything. We redesign everything from the coat of arms to the national flag. We'll be redesigning the other side of the coins, maybe all of the coins, maybe none of the coins, because maybe by then it's a digital currency. I don't know. But it's the smugness that this stuff happens. And again, I don't want people to go out and protest the Prime Minister for making this decision or to flood everyone's emails. But it's just a reminder to you about what elections are, about why sometimes you have to make the choice of the lesser of two evils to form the majority party that will form the government. Because if you think you can send a message at the ballot box, and the best thing for the Conservative side of politics is to be, sent to the outer rims so they can relearn themselves, blah, blah, blah. I get why people say that. But the consequence is that when the left is in power, with a stroke of a pen, they are able to do so much.